I got on in June of 1992, so I'm almost at 29 years at the end of the month. I personally have never seen morale being this low on the department.
Jim Calvino is the president of the Chicago Police Sergeants Union, and he says that low morale is helping to push a surge of retirements and recruitment troubles for Chicago PD.
When I first got on, we mark our seniority basically on our left sleeve of our outer garments. A star means 20 years. When I first got on, I'd see guys with a star, a bar, a second bar, sometimes even 2 stars. Now, guys are getting on and they're leaving. They're leaving. They just can't deal with it any longer.
According to the Chicago Sun-Times, 560 officers retired in 2020 as part of a 15% rise in retirements. That follows a 30% increase in retirements in 2019. And Chicago isn't alone. There are documented staffing shortages in New York, Baltimore, and Minneapolis. The Philadelphia PD has more than 260 vacancies, and the number of planned retirements for the department is about 6 times higher this year than last year. The Fraternal Order of Police president in Philadelphia told Newsy, "We're approaching a crisis with staffing levels. It's the perfect storm of several hundred officers retiring or leaving their job in the city for higher pay and less crime out in the suburbs." Part of that perfect storm is COVID. More active duty officers died of COVID in 2020 than all other causes combined, including car crashes, heart attacks, and being shot to death. Police unions and officers also point to some police reform measures that they believe make it harder to recruit.
It's now the law in Colorado.
In Colorado, a long list of statewide police reforms includes a ban on qualified immunity that shields cops from lawsuits. And while many departments in the state have not suffered a mass exodus of officers, one county sheriff said, quote, "Risks of civil litigation were among the top concerns during exit interviews." Mari Newman is a civil rights attorney representing the family of Elijah McClain. McClain was killed by the Aurora Police Department in 2019.
If there are officers who don't want to continue to work in law enforcement because they'll be accountable for their actions, those are not officers we need.
The Chicago Police Department has been under a consent decree since 2019 to reform the department. For Sergeant Calvino, he says he welcomes reform and officers who want to do the job the way it should be done.
I got a call the other day from somebody in Philadelphia telling us we should go on strike. And I almost threw the phone across the room. How dare someone say that? Who's going to protect that person down the street? It could be your mother, my mother, your father, my father, anybody. Who's going to protect them? That's my job. That's what I signed up for. And I took an oath to do that. And I would tell the protective officers out there that, it's a noble job. You go through life helping others that can't help themselves.
Jamal Andrus, Newsy, Chicago.